the last video you saw, okay, I'm sure you were touched to know that uh, the how we all are bound, okay, to take rebirth. And very important, I'm going to go back to that video to okay. So in here, did you notice this? Like it has mentioned about depending on the impressions recorded in the soul. Okay, the body is the next body is formed based on the impressions recorded in the soul, which is the sanskars. So based on your good or bad sanskars, your next body is formed actually. Okay, and that's the reason. See, if you see many children, even in the womb, having so many defects, okay, in the body, or that we come to know as soon as they are born. So they have so many challenges. Okay, they have not even lived their life. Still, why do they have challenges? Okay, so that is one of the reason. In the past birth, they might have performed some bad actions, they had the bad impressions, and due to which they are suffering. So it's a cause and effect. Okay, this is the law of cause and effect. As you sow, so you shall reap. So there is Newton's law, third law, which says to every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Okay, so some of our you can say bad karmas, the effect of the bad karmas are not settled in this birth. So we are taking the next birth, okay, which we say as like having karmic accounts. We took a rebirth to settle the karmic accounts. Okay, and just like the example we already talked about, that as soon as the child is born who has not performed any karmas, any actions, why is he suffering so much, right? So if we are only taking one birth, then there must be some answer behind that. It is all connecting with the past birth. Okay, and there are a lot of studies done. We are going to prove also through some scientific study somebody has done, as well as the real life experience of someone. I will show that video to you in a few minutes. Okay, so bear with me here. So here it is, and we know from the scriptures as well, whatever you put out comes back to you. As you sow, so you shall reap. So this is how it is. It is not just connecting with one birth. Okay, that child might leave the body. Okay, so he did not even live his life. Is that much birth is why is literally without living the life. Just in matter of one day, did he go through 3 gunas, and that's it? Then he has to go back to Supreme Abode without even having any happiness in life? No. Okay, whose soul also experiences happiness and sorrow with the body only. Okay, so he has to take rebirth. Okay, he paid off his sufferings in next birth. He might have a good life unless he performs any bad karma again. Okay, and also there is another saying, Bhava Pradhan Vishwarachi Raka, meaning someone receives the fruits on the basis of the intention with which he performs actions. Okay, so intent behind the action determines, okay, if it is a good karma or bad karma. So that will also we will cover in a minute through an example. Okay, so intent behind the action is not just good actions that creates karma. Just like, okay, I'm helping someone, I'm helping my friend, I'm helping my mom. Okay, if I'm helping someone else with whatever it is, okay, I'm feeding poor. But if I don't have good intent, if I have some sort of selfish motive inside me, okay, if I'm not really having good attitude of doing it, okay, then it's not called good karma. Okay, so the action, the intent behind the action, which is your attitude, your thoughts, counts. Okay, and it determines good action or bad action. There is one example actually. I'm going to share it with you. Let's understand through an example. Okay. So you see, let's say there is a cow. Okay, who has ran from the slaughterhouse, who is running and to save herself from being slaughtered. Okay, and here it is, the butcher is running behind the cow. Okay, cow is running relatively faster than butcher can catch. Okay, butcher was not so young to run fast and catch the cow, so it was a little slow. And on his way, he saw brother, walking. Since the road was divided into two pathways, he didn't know exactly which way the cow went. So he asked the person, that did you see which way the cow went? And then he actually knew in which way the cow went. But knowing that he is a butcher and why he is running behind the cow, he lied to him, saying that he told him that cow went in this direction, which was the wrong direction. Okay, and in that way he saved the cow. So the intent behind the action counts, even though he lied. Okay, that lie was not lie. Okay, because he didn't get it was not a sinful action. Okay, because the intent behind the action was good. Right. So we have so many instances in our life, right? We are doing something to bring the benefit, okay, to someone. Sometimes we lie because we are scared, we don't want to face the consequences. That is a selfish lie. Okay, you might justify and say, oh, I'm here to save myself. No. Okay, that is not a good lie. Actually, we are doing it out of fear. Okay, we are not really saving, we are creating this wrong habit to every time something happens, I lie. Okay, and then eventually it will bring a lot of consequences. Okay, so we have to know which lie is the lie that is that brings the benefit, and which lie is lie that creates sins on us. Okay, we can talk more about it, we can discuss it verbally if you want to, but for the time being we'll just leave it here on that. Okay. All right, so that is pretty much clear. Okay, and then here there is one of the Gita slok, attachment to the attributes like sattva and so on is the sole reason for the soul's taking birth in the golden age true and the iron age untrue evil species. Okay, so because of attachment to these gunas only make us create either good karmas or bad karmas. Okay. And also it's important to know, okay, this is a very good example that one time if we do something, okay, let's say I lied out of selfish reason just to protect myself so I don't get into trouble, not seeing that after one lie, I have to lie again and again to hide that lie. Okay. So in that case, what is happening that first time I will feel bad that I lied, but then if I lie again and again and again, I will not feel it. Just like in here, it says in example, if someone commits 2 or 4 murders in this birth, then the resolve, the sanskar becomes strong. It strikes the intellect that this is a child's play for me. Okay, the murderers become so confident that they shoot bullets in a crowded market and run away, and nobody is able to muster courage to catch them. Their courage increases further. Just like the sanskar of a butcher, it will not strike the intellect of a child born in butcher's house that it is a sin to kill a cow. If someone commits a mistake once or twice, the first time or the second time, then the mind pinches But if the mistake is repeated again and again, then sanskar becomes strong. We don't even know we are doing anything wrong. That's what has happened. Our body conscious sanskars have become so dominant that we don't even feel like I'm doing anything wrong. Okay. So that's why we have to understand that aspect. Okay. And one more thing I want to bring in your attention is, okay, the soul, based on the vibrations of the soul, okay, 3 to 4 months before that soul is supposed to leave the body and take the rebirth, that vibration in that last 3 to 4 months or before leaving the body, based on that only the next body is created. Look at how the karmic accounts are. Okay, so the lifeless fetus become ready first, the soul comes in it later on. Okay, whichever human being leaves the body, his fetus becomes ready in mother's womb 4 months before he leaves the body. Okay, it means based on the good and bad thoughts and the vibration of the soul, the fetus become ready in the womb of the other mother. Okay, if he is to be born one-eyed, if he is to be born blind, then on the basis of the vibrations of the soul, the child will be born blind. Some are born, okay, named lame, some are born ugly, some are born very beautiful. So the fetus which is created, is the fetus created first or the soul there first? Okay, so so that is something important to understand. Okay, that it's the vibration in the soul. So vibration plays so much role. Okay, so we have to understand how important the role the vibration is playing. The transformation of the world actually happens through vibration, and vibration is created based on our thoughts. Okay, I'm going to show you something. So let's take a look at this slide. Okay, so vibrations are created, okay, based on smriti. Okay, sthiti and drishti. Okay, smriti means awareness. Remember when we started this initially talking about the soul, we know that awareness is important. We were carrying the awareness of the body, right? That's why our vibrations were body conscious all the time. It is also known as attitude. Okay, and the outlook, the vision was also body conscious. Everything we used to analyze in a body conscious way. Okay, so if I want to change my drishti, I have to work at the awareness level. If I want to change my vibration, I need to change at the awareness level. So these are the stages internally that we go through before we come into action. Okay, so awareness. Okay, first we live with certain awareness, which creates the sthiti, which is the stage. Okay, and the third is drishti, okay, which is the vision or the outlook, how we are going to perceive things outside what we see. Okay, so in through the spiritual knowledge, our drishti should be the soul conscious drishti. Okay, soul conscious vision. All right, so that should be our drishti or the outlook. All right, not the body conscious. So you should always use the third eye to analyze everything outside, but we did not do it because we didn't have the accurate knowledge. Okay, so in here we transform our drishti. Okay, God gives us this third eye, okay, through which we can evaluate the outside world, okay, and remain soul conscious all the time. If I don't use my intellect spiritually in a soul conscious way, I cannot able to really have that attitude. Okay, so drishti means is basically how effectively I'm using my intellect to perceive, think in a soul conscious way. Okay, whatever I see, whatever I hear, whatever I do. Okay, all the actions that's coming to me. All right, so I hope it makes sense. So vibrations are very subtle. Then actions. Okay, that's why they say Mansa Seva, which is the service to the mind, is the one of the greatest way to serve. We don't have to do too much at the bodily level, because the vibration can have more power than at the bodily level. Okay, so some people, they cannot do anything physically for others, or we cannot change anything by doing anything physically. We can just keep good vibrations by having soul conscious awareness, having the soul conscious stage and the soul conscious vision towards them. Okay, based on our pure thoughts. That itself is a big service we can do. Okay, so that's why what is vibration? It's basically waves of our thoughts, okay, that flow around us. Okay, so highest and deepest purity is that of vritti, of vibrations. Okay, so those who are pure souls, the purer they are, the more the others will experience happiness and peace just by going in their atmosphere. Okay, their vibration will also start changing. Okay, many of their questions will be solved even without asking. Okay, so it's very, very important, okay, that we transform ourselves at the vibration level. But for that, we have to change our drishti, sthiti, and smriti. Okay, so as according to our attitude will be reflected through the senses. Okay, based on your facial expression and how you look at things, even though you don't say anything. Okay, still that vibration is reflected, okay, through your face and your gestures. Okay, and then we come into action. Okay, the actions takes place, how we say things, how we respond to things, right, how we take things internally, all those things. Okay, so and then based on that we create our srishti, okay, which is our world. Okay, so that's why if I want to change my world, okay, which is my atmosphere around me, okay, how people see me around me, I need to change myself internally at the awareness level. Okay, so the creation on onlooker sees is created according to his vision. Okay, so drishti level. When I change my awareness, I will also change my drishti. Okay, that's why it says jaisi drishti वैसे देखने वाले की सृष्टि. Okay, my inner world is my outer world is reflection of my inner world. Okay, I hope it makes sense. Okay. So I want to cover two more things and we will be done with this session. Okay, so there are three types of karmas. Okay, the soul performs under the influence of three gunas. Akarma, sukarma, and vikarma. Akarma are the actions which doesn't have any positive or negative effect, okay, of any actions. And those are the actions performed in the golden age and the silver age. Okay, so in here, this is where we perform akarmas, okay. And then here we will say we start performing vikarmas. And this is the time here. So these both are vikarmas. Okay, in here, this is the time we say confluence age. Okay, Purushottam Sangam Yug, which is the confluence of the Iron Age and the Golden Age. Okay, that is the time which we also say is arrival of God. Okay, meeting with God as well. That is the only time we can able to perform sukarma. Okay, why is that? Because we have this elevated directions. Okay, because sukarma is only performed on the basis of elevated directions. Okay, of the Supreme Soul and in His remembrance. If we perform actions, then only it can become sukarma. Okay, which can have we can say the positive outcome, okay, the positive results. Vikarma is opposite actions to Srimad, which is the elevated direction of God, due to which we suffer sorrow. Okay, Sukarma is a positive account of charitable deeds, which brings happiness. Okay, Vikarma is creating negative account, which gives sorrow, which is opposite to Srimad, elevated direction of the Supreme Soul. Okay, so that's why important thing is we need to understand what is that ultimate truth, okay, due to which we can create that positive account of charitable deeds. And that's why we are studying Rajyo, because this is taught by the Supreme Soul himself. That's why you will find a lot of clarity, okay, because it is the truth. We'll talk more about it later, okay. And we also create the karmic accounts with mind, body, time, relationships, money, matter, okay, different things. We create different types of karmic accounts. We create the karmic account with the mind. That is the reason that, we want to control the mind, but we are not able to. As you sow, so shall you reap. Okay, so misusing the mind will bring that sorrow, restlessness, okay, and peacelessness in the mind. Misusing the body will generate a lot of bodily diseases. Remember, with the child example in the previous word, he might have misused the body, and that's why as soon as he was born in the next birth, he was suffering from negative karmas. We have the karmic accounts with the time as well. Okay, we have karmic accounts with the relationship. That's why we are stuck with certain people. We don't feel the connection, but we are stuck with them, and we have to fulfill the relationship. We don't feel love with them. Okay, money, matter. Okay, with all of them, we have karmic accounts. That's why we are suffering. Okay, due to all of this. So now the only way to settle the karmic account, we will also talk about it, okay, is to have that connection with divine, okay. You will know more closer you are to the divine, your karmic accounts will be finishing. We know that we were not connected with divine until now. So through the study of Rajyoga, we are going to learn how to connect with divine through his accurate introduction, so we can start burning our karmic accounts, okay, and feel and create sukarmas and feel that eternal peace and happiness, which is our right, okay, which is our right. Okay, one more thing about the karma is individual and the collective karma. Okay, do you remember that plane crash when you watched the video? Okay, everybody died in the plane crash together. That other person was saved, which means that if a collection of people did some bad things together in the past birth, they have to face the consequences together, whether it's this birth or the same birth or the next birth. Okay, so that's why in the calamities, many people die at the same time. Okay, so you have it at the individual level. Okay, and you also have it in a collective level. Okay, until one settles all karmic accounts, the soul has to take another body. Very, very important. So this is the time only God has come. Okay, he is giving us that key to settle all the karmic accounts in this one birth, so we don't have to take the rebirth.